everybody, it's Maya. By the title, I'm guessing you already know what this video is. I mean, that's normally what happens. But a lot of people have been asking for it. I've wanted to do it and I did the same for my GCSEs. A little card will pop up, so if you've just done GCSEs or you are awaiting to do GCSEs, that's a good one to watch. It gives you all the tips and tricks. So fast forward 2 years later to me now, I am doing the same with A-levels. You've definitely grown with me as a person on this channel through all the important events in my life. So in this video, I'm going to be revealing my results. And I'm going to give you my best tips and advice for dealing with A-levels and doing the best you possibly can at the exams. So, without further ado, my results. I got in Media Studies A, Psychology B, English Literature and Language B. Woo! I am really happy with those results. Personally, when I was kind of going in to school to pick up my results, I was going to be very happy with myself if I got 3 Bs. That was kind of the mindset I was in. So when I found out I did even better, I was completely overwhelmed, overjoyed. So yeah, and just a little overview of my plans if anyone didn't know. I kind of discussed them in one of my last videos where I answered your Instagram assumptions, but it's all kind of more finalised now. I did get my place in the university I wanted, but I did actually decide to defer my place to next year, which basically means I am officially taking a gap year. It's all in the system. I am not going to university for a year. So you've got another year of this lovely background. Okay, my best tips and advice for sixth form. It doesn't have to be year 13, it's like year 12, just the entirety of sixth form. Prepare your ears. One major bit of advice that I did actually go through myself, if you go in year 12 and you really do not like one of the courses that you are taking, change. It's not a hard process to change an A level or drop an A level if you're doing 4, because you will be doing them for either a year, most likely 2 years. That is a long amount of time, and you don't want to be unhappy in all of your lessons. You do have about 5 a week. That's a pretty large amount of time to be unhappy in a lesson. So 100% from the get-go, make sure you are happy. In my case, it was just my personal experience. I'm not saying it's a bad course or anything, but I started off in year 12 taking A-level ICT. I ended up going through the lessons for 2 weeks and I just despised it. I knew, I had a gut feeling I really did not want to be there. So I dropped it. And I'm a lot happier because of it, and it hasn't affected my outcome. So make sure you are happy in what courses you are taking. Okay, this is kind of one to make sure you are ready if you haven't experienced sixth form yet, or well, if you haven't experienced both years. But there is a lot of change. For me personally, I say the jump from GCSE to year 12 was quite big, but it was okay because everyone was kind of going through it at the same time. It was manageable. It wasn't gonna kill you. But I'd say the jump from year 12 to year 13 is a lot bigger. Suddenly you have a lot more pressure put on you. Your work is a lot more academic and serious. You have to do a lot more adulty things. But that really kind of shook me. It's something you can easily get used to. It's just something to prepare yourself for, is the changes are quite big. But obviously look at the amount of people doing A levels. It's not bad enough to force you to drop out. It's just a change that I think is necessary. Get all the textbooks is my advice. Personally, I revise best from textbooks. Like, I barely look in my files and worksheets I'm given. It's all in the textbooks for me. So make sure you get all the textbooks and revision guides, because they may be separate. My personal favourite revision technique that worked well for me was just reading through each page of the textbook and highlighting as I go, and that worked. It changes for everyone, everyone's different, but make sure you have all of the resources you need and you should be fine, you should be top notch. If I could listen to anything before I started sixth form, it would be this next bit of advice. Finish your coursework as soon as possible. You may not even have coursework in your A levels, but I did. I had coursework for both media and English language literature. Media, I left that till the very last minute, but I mean, I got an A for it still, but honestly, the stress. The actual content you produce will be so much better if you finish it early and take the time to make like every single little portion perfect. And in terms of English language literature, you had to write basically, what do we even call it? It was called an NEA or something, but it was basically like a mini dissertation. And oh my god, that was probably the worst bit of my sixth form life, was that. But that was only because I left it till last minute, and I gotta say, some teachers, getting them to help you is like drawing blood from a stone. And honestly, if that happens, go to your head of sixth form and complain, because it is their job to help you and they should be helping you to the best. If you are struggling, go and tell someone. If they don't help you, go and tell someone higher up and get them told. But do not be afraid to ask for help, and if they don't give you help, don't be afraid to go somewhere else and complain that they're not giving you help. And that's pretty much all the essential advice that I have. Just find your revision technique that will work for you and start early, because A-levels are a lot more difficult to get higher grades in than GCSEs by far. Please let me know what results you got, and if you're happy, if you got your place in university. I'd love to know and want to have a little celebration with you in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!
OMG, it's Maya. She has sorted out a certain attire with makeup moments, lifestyle too. You'll never get bored. OMG, it's Maya.